Hey everyone, so I posted my first ever ASMR video earlier today, but I kind of want to try out a variety of topics for my channel's beginning so that people can sort of pick which one they like best, and I know what direction would be most popular and most people would like trying to take the channel forward. There are a lot of things that I personally would like to speak about. I don't want to limit my interests, but I do also want to cater to my viewers. So I had a flash of inspiration, and I thought I might make this other small video for today and see how it pans out. Uh, it's going to be a small collection show and tell video. It's of my collection of Funko Pop figures that are on my desk. Funko is this company that makes these, among other things, small vinyl, sort of cutified figures of famous characters from pop culture. They're all short and cartoony and big-headed and big-eyed and sort of chibi-fied, if I'm gonna be a weeaboo about it. Um, so I actually have 4 on my desk. I just cleaned my desk today so that I can really use it. I was very cluttered before, but now I'm able to actually sit down on it and put my laptop on it. And I wanted to show off the 4 top Funko figures that I have displayed out, my favorites. I have a lot of other collections of various things, toys, and other things that I'd like to show off if I have the time and if I'm get a good response to this. So, without further ado, here's the 4 Funko Pop figures I have out displayed right now. So, first up is Liliana Vess from Magic the Gathering. She is one of my favorite Magic characters. I've been playing Magic for a long time. It's something I'm really invested in. I've collected it for a long time, been into the story and the lore as well as the gameplay, and in kind of amateur designing and creating custom cards and sets just for my personal amusement and show off my design skills. So it's something I care deeply about, and Lily here is one of my favorite recurring characters. She's a planeswalker. She's a mage or magic user who can basically travel at will from world to world, which means she shows up as a recurring figure from year to year during the storyline. And her deal is she was the first character to use black magic in the current generation of planeswalkers. And she basically is extremely ancient, but she's eternally young looking thanks to her practice of necromancy and life stealing. And her big overarching deal is that she made a deal a long time ago with these 4 demons for more power, obviously, promising each of them a fourth of her soul. And so she doesn't have to fulfill her end of the bargain if she obviously doesn't have any creditors. So her plan is to kill off all the 4 demons one by one. She's gotten 2 of them named Gristlebrand and Clothafed so far. And I really hope that all pans out for her and she manages to survive, because she's really cool, and I want to see what other evil schemes she can dream up. Her origin story is actually going to be told in a Magic set that's coming out soon, and I'm looking forward to that. Her card was previewed, and it was pretty cool. So I'm going to get my hands on that new Liliana card when it comes out this summer, and this spring, actually, and I'm just really excited to see her in action again. The second one I want to show off is Brienne of Tarth, and anyone who watches Game of Thrones or has read George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series know that Brienne is an extremely strong and powerful lady knight who's sworn to protect various characters throughout the series. She's really honorable and, just bound by her pride and her oaths. And she's one of the only, fundamentally good, morally characters in the series. Anyone who knows anything about the show and the books know that it's extremely, muddy and morally gray in the world of Westeros, and most of the characters do some really quite villainous things, but Brienne is one of the precious few who basically keeps her soul and her honor intact throughout the whole thing. And in the book, she's described as being scarred and not much to look at, but she has this huge amount of personal magnetism, and she's palpably honorable. Anyone can feel that she's an honorable, good person, so that's where she derives all her appeal to people from. She does things like travel and protect with dispossessed Jaime Lannister, who she's nominally enemies with, and she's trying to protect the daughters of her former oath-sworn liege, Catelyn Tully. And she's really just a kind of a good model for anyone to base themselves on. She's absolutely a role model, and I think it's good for all people, men or women or otherwise, to see the female character who's strong physically, of course, but also just a moral paragon. She's like the Sir Galahad of this story. She's a woman. And it doesn't hurt for me that Gwen Christie, the actress who plays her in the television series, is just really pretty. I think she's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, I have a bit of a crush, but she was my favorite character before that. And that's why I have her Funko. My other magic Funko I have out is this guy. It's Sarkhan Vol, which is not his real name. A pseudonym he started using when he became a planeswalker. He's from the world that the most recent sets were set on. It's a place called Tarkir. And basically he's like a barbarian warrior type who's really obsessed and loves dragons. And the reason for that is Tarkir was once full of dragons until the mortal tribes hunted them to extinction. And so he was a dragon-obsessed guy in a world bereft of dragons until he became a planeswalker and he found more dragons throughout the multiverse. And when he went back home to Tarkir, he was able to travel back in time to bring the dragons back. And this was, of course, not good for a lot of people, but he's certainly happy, and it set up a lot of things in the future of the storyline, because in process he brought a really important character back from the dead. The person who is the source of the dragons coming to Tarkir is also responsible for sealing away these other really evil, monstrous, eldritch, Lovecraftian beings called the Eldrazi on another world. And Sarkhan was one of the people responsible for unsealing them in the previous set and making a lot of bad things happen to Zendikar, the worlds where they were sealed on. And so this is basically him sort of accidentally making things right and setting up for a future set coming out this year, which I'm really excited for, called Battle for Zendikar. Besides that, his own story is wide open at this point, and I'm excited to see what happens to him. He's not my absolute favorite planeswalker, but he's up there. I really like his character, and I'm thrilled to see what the creative department is going to do with him. And last of all is a really classic character, and most sci-fi fans will know well. This is Kaylee Fry, the ship's mechanic of the Firefly class merchantman Serenity on Firefly, the woefully short-lived Joss Whedon sci-fi series. And she's basically part of the ship's conscience. She's the person who's extremely sunny and has a good opinion towards humanity. She believes that the best things about people, that people can be noble and good. And she's also a genius mechanic who gets the Serenity crew out of a lot of scrapes, and she's totally vital to the crew, and she's my favorite character because she's adorable and a smart cookie, and the show would definitely not be the same without her. The actress who plays her, Jewel Staite, is wonderful. She is very funny, and she plays Kaylee with a lot of heart, and she's really an indispensable part of that show's universe and mythology and all those things. So that's why I have her on my desk. That's all for my Funko figures for now. But I have other collections, as I said, and I'd love to make videos about them if anyone might be interested in seeing those in the future. Until then, let me know what you thought of this, and ciao.